Joining me now, conservative commentator, best-selling author Ann Coulter, her most recent book called In Trump We Trust. And great to have you with us. And you came up with a line that I absolutely love. You said recently you would support amnesty until there's a wall built and hell freezes over. How do you think the president's feeling about it? Do you think you're channeling him right now?
I hope so. What I can't understand are the Republicans. I mean, Trump is doing a lot better than the rest of them, other than the beloved Senator Cotton. But it's the strangest thing. Trump just won on deporting illegals and building a wall. Why is the first thing we have to concentrate on granting amnesty to illegal aliens? And I might add, the least attractive illegal aliens. I'd deport the Dreamers before deporting MS-13 members. You catch them, they at least say, okay, you got me. The Dreamers are all over Congress, the streets, TV, demanding that we grant. How dare you wait before excusing our law-breaking? No, I want those guys first. Then we'll get the felons. And then, the hard-working illegal aliens doing the gardening and so on. Everybody kind of likes them. They're so friendly. They're such hard workers. But the Dreamers, number one.
Well, the interesting thing here is that I don't hear anyone using numbers. And if we're going to create amnesty, there should be a number of slots. Now, we're told there are 800,000 Dreamers. So it would seem to me the first thing they would do is they would just write down the number 800,000, limit, that's it, done, deal. And you're already on a registry, and we know that all the talks about deadlines in March and all that is nonsense, because those folks who've signed up for DACA, 300,000 of them don't have to worry about the expiration of that 2-year reprieve until November. So there's all that time for a considered, honest debate in Congress, which is where the president wants the issue resolved, to talk about what is the effect of the decision? What is the economic and social and national impact?
Right.
We should see that kind of debate on some issues, shouldn't we?
Yeah. Well, no, numbers in the entire immigration issue would be fantastic, like how many immigrants, legal, illegal, are in prison and for what crimes, and many other questions. How many illegal immigrants are even in this country? As I point out in Adios America, there are at least 30 million.
I'm sorry, was that Adios America you said? Was that Adios America?
Yes, it was. And that fabulous best-selling book that, thank God, Donald Trump read, it's probably more like 50, 60 million illegals. But as for specifically Congress saying, no, only 800,000, no more, first of all, I again register my objection to us even discussing this. Why don't we take some other crazy idea of the left? Why aren't we all, okay, well, the first thing the Republican Congress is going to do is Bernie Sanders' idea for free college tuition. And in exchange, could we cut these little regulations? Why are we even discussing this? But, okay, let's discuss it. Even if Congress were to limit it, as you say, to 800,000, I promise you, Lou Dobbs, any amnesty, it could be only for nuclear scientists. That is an amnesty for everyone. It is an amnesty for illegals who are not even in this country. Why? Because that's what happened in 1986. 20 years later, they were still processing illegals applying for amnesty under 1986. It goes to the courts. It goes to the Ninth Circuit. It goes to Hawaii judges. It goes to the INS, which is mostly run by, former employees of La Raza. There is no way the most limited amnesty will be limited to, like I say, it could be red-headed nuclear scientists. It is an amnesty for the entire world.
Yeah, and the reality here is the president has it exactly right. No more lottery visas. No more immigration policies that don't put the interest of the United States first. A meritocracy. That's who we are. That's what our borders should reflect. And Ann Coulter.
A funny thing.
Very quickly.
Okay, good. Well, the funny thing is, Democrats won't even accept anything. They just want pure amnesty for, again, the worst illegals, the Dreamers. They won't even agree to an end to chain migration. So, I mean, Republicans don't really have to do anything.
The truth of the matter is, and we've got to deal with this, we have got a lot of Republicans who are dirt dumb, and they really don't understand. They're in a negotiation and have been since 2006. Ann Coulter understands all of that. And we commend her to you for your reading pleasure as well as viewing and watching pleasure. Thanks for being with us.